What is going on, guys? Thank you so much for coming back to Cobra TV. This is going to be very difficult for me. I'm in a lot of pain, but we're going to see how this is going to go. And this is going to be a good show. Good show. We're going to talk about what's happened. We're going to talk about what's happened over the last couple of days, and we're going to turn this into a subcast. So if you want to get on, we got a couple guys, Snow Obsidian, and somebody else over there in the waiting room already. And let's get this subcast going, shall we? We're going to go ahead and put on the buffer music, and we will be right back here shortly.
You know about me and what I am, so let's get right to the point. Remember, I know what happens next.
What does it mean? I can't see the crimson eye. Luke 16. No matter how hard I try. What does it mean? I can't see the crimson eye. Luke 16. No matter how hard I try. What does it mean? I can't see the crimson eye. Luke 16. No matter how hard I try. What does it mean? I can't see the crimson eye.
Our demise is upon us forever. Prophecies have foretold the destruction of our universe. I encourage all travelers, interlopers, nomads to repent our sins and embrace each other in this trying time. Our universe is about to be reset. Our homes destroyed. All creatures on every planet will be twisted and transformed into new forms and beings. Fear the Atlas, Luke 16, and all the forces that want to tear apart our fabric of what we think is our reality. The end is coming. The end is coming. Find a safe place and brace for impact. I hope we are all the same after the great reset.
That's right. A reset will be coming soon. Good evening, travelers, interlopers, traders, and farmers, explorers, bounty hunters, pirates, and you strange glowing entities out there. Viking, Korvax, and Gek. May the Atlas allow my voice to fall upon every strange ear, and that this space transmission reaches every galaxy and dimension. Tonight, we are broadcasting from the Euclid Galaxy, somewhere deep in space. This is the only radio station in the galaxy. This is Cobra TV. Call in today, and let's make contact. How's everybody doing out there? I'm in quite a bit of pain, and but I'm not going to let that stop me. I'm not going to let it get me down. Today we're going to talk a lot about what's happened, dig in deep about everything that Sean Murray said, talk about some of the details that he's given us, and speculate on what we could do with those things. Speculate, what does complex colonies mean spread across multiple planets? Speculate what he means by building bases together. Have they changed the base building mechanic? Have they made it more light in order to make things more complex? I also want to give a big shout out, a big thank you to all the people who donated and to help us get a new router and modem setup because of our attacks that we've been having here lately. And we've got that. We just have not hooked it up yet. So I hope this show goes well. Praise be the Atlas. Make us stay alive for the duration. And I'm not going to be myself today. I'm not going to be myself. So if you guys want to come on the show and kind of help me carry the show, that would be much appreciated. I got my notes around here somewhere. All right, so we're going to go ahead and say a few things here. Then we're going to start adding some live callers. I see Exploring Life and Snow Obsidian sitting in the waiting room. So we are definitely going to go in there. Let's pop in there real quick and just say hello. Well, that didn't work out. I'm pretty sure they heard me. But I don't think anybody heard them outside. All right. We'll get them in here as soon as possible. Let's get this music turned off, shall we? It's going to put me to sleep with all the prescription drugs that I've got and going through my system right now. I'm very tired, very out of it. And I probably wouldn't be able to speak if it wasn't for those drugs. But I'm very dizzy, very dizzy. I feel like I'm coming through a black hole and landing right onto the internet. We got Marconicus and Semtex UK, the Sean Murray impersonator, sitting in the waiting room right now. So we're going to get on that here as soon as possible. But right now, let's go ahead and go over. Let's talk about the blog post that Sean Murray gave us. And let's talk about the blog post. Let's give a big shout out to everybody that's joining the chat room right now. Sorry, trying to be quiet. We've got, oh man, you got so many people in the chat room already. We've got You Are Godsmack, Timothy, the Geeky Pikachu, Epic Duck Doctor, Semtex, Marconicus, oh man, me and my names. Jay Rush, Kali, You Are Godsmack, Joe. We got Husband Vader. Big shout out to Husband Vader as well. So guys, super stoked that you guys came out to the show today, and I hope I don't let you down with my drugged up state and my slurred speech. If I do have a slurred speech, I'll try my best not to let people down. So let's go ahead. I want to talk about, first up, I want to talk about the people who helped donate to the new modem and router that we're going to be setting up within the next day or two. So I want to give a big old thank you. I'm going to give only first names to some of these people. Only give first names to some of these guys. So one person said, "Hey Ron, I hope this helps with the new router purchase. As a web admin, I've dealt with DDoS attacks before, and I know how frustrating they are, although I've never had one targeting my personal router before. Good luck, man. Husband Vader." So thank you so much, Husband Vader, who is the person who runs the portal repository that we all love and use. So big thank you there, bud. I hope my voice is loud enough. I'm not sure if it is or not. The next person here says, "You dare stop making..." Whoa, that's too loud. Let me turn that down. The next person says, "You dare stop making Cobra TV. I would have donated anyway, but now it's even a better purpose. No worries about asking. Best regards from Wowbagger." So Wowbagger67, thank you very much. The next person says, hope that helps out a bit. Greetings from Germany, Tempest, aka Escape Velocity, aka Danny. Thank you so much. And I would also like to give a big shout out to David, who left one without a note, and Jason, who left a very generous donation, who did not leave who exactly he was. So big thank you to Jason. Another person said, "Sorry, it couldn't be more Cobra. Things are tight at the moment. Been following you for years. Good luck, brother, and keep up the great work." And that was from Wilf 2007. First name is Robert. Thank you so much, buddy. Sword also gave a donation, and so did Noah. There was another anonymous donation. That crap ain't cheap. Hope you find something that will last for years to come. So big thank you to you guys. You really helped us out here on Cobra TV, and I can't thank you enough. Big thank you. Big thank you. We got another donation from Shattered Edge here on the super chat for you, Cobra, for putting on a show even after going through oral surgery. You're the man, Cobra. Cheers. Thank you so much, Shattered Edge. Thank you, buddy. Hashtag that Cobra in the chat, guys. Okay, now let's go ahead and get into why we're all here. No Man's Sky next. Let's go ahead and start talking about, the new blog. Let's go over the new blog here real quick. Guys in the waiting room, we're going to be pulling you over here in just a second. Is my voice loud enough? I'm not sure. It sounds like it's kind of low on my end. Don't know if it's loud enough. We'll take a look here in a second. Okay, so the new blog post. Yes, we'll get into the 4-player co-op here in just a second. Ow. That word wasn't easy to say. Okay, the blog post. Voice volume is good, Cobra. Okay, good. All right, good. All right, we'll leave it like it is then. Okay, so blog post. This is from the No Man's Sky blog post. It says, we are busily working on No Man's Sky next, but wanted to share a little news about our upcoming update. Today, we are letting people know that you'll be able to play No Man's Sky as a full multiplayer experience with our friends, with your friends in Next. We wanted to share our new cover art too. We are also announcing the release date. No Man's Sky Next is coming as a free update to PC, PS4 on July 24th. Xbox One launches on July 24th. So there you have it. There's not going to be any update. Big shout out to Jack Gall for that donation. Thank you so much, buddy. There's not going to be a release of Next before the release of Xbox. They are both going to be releasing at the same day, on the same day. So there's confirmation right there. So July 24th for Next and July 24th for Xbox One. We were delighted by the reaction to Next, even though we just shared the name so far. It means so much to see that people were already pumped about it. The reaction to coming to Xbox Wii game was really lovely too. I am expecting for new players to be able to play such an expanded game from the start, as well as experienced players having a fresh experience. We've been playtesting multiplayer for the last 6 months, and the game has evolved into a very new experience that we think the community will enjoy. The game has evolved into a very new experience. That is very interesting and very telling. You'll be able to explore the universe with a small group of friends, bump into random travelers. You can help friends to stay alive or prey on others to survive. Are we talking about ganking like what you see in DayZ? I mean, and if so, are they separating this with a different mode? So that way people in normal mode won't have to worry about people. Big shout out to Noah there for the donation. Just take it easy, he says, with an emoji that's got a bandaged head. Thank you so much, Noah. I appreciate it. But I tell you what, there's so many people trying to keep this game down every day that they're not taking a day off, and neither can I. So neither can us. No, nobody can. We got to stay strong. So thank you so much, Noah. Bump into random travelers. You can help friends to stay alive or prey on others to survive. So I wonder if that's, hey, I can't find zinc around here, buddy. And looks like you're carrying some zinc. I mean, is that what we're talking about here? Just like, I don't know. And if that is the case, I would imagine that Hello Games would put that into a different mode and not force anybody into PvP. I mean, Hello Games doesn't force people to survive the way that we do in survival. Why would they force people to have PvP in normal? So I think that anybody that's got a normal mode or any mode already, I don't think that you're going to have to worry about PvP. I really believe it's going to be a new mode that is going to be open to everything. And that's speculation, of course. I'm speculating, but I just feel like with the way that we see Hello Games do with new features and things like that, we always see them do new modes. So I really don't think that they're going to force everyday players into PvP. So I wouldn't worry about that, guys. I wouldn't worry about it. but there definitely is. That definitely sounds like PvP for sure, in some shape or form. Tiny shelters are complex colonies that you build as a team, are shared for all players. Fight as a pirate or a wingman in epic space battles with friends and enemies. Race exocraft across wild alien, lost my place here, alien terrains, creating racetracks and trails to share online. So I like the scenic trails where we could actually create scenic things for people to actually come to your planet and go by on these little trips. It's almost like a tour trip of your planet there. We got Jack All with the donation. Been here since VGX 2013. Keep up the good work. Thank you so much, Jack. I really do appreciate that, buddy. Hashtag Jack in the chat. What a co-bro. He has been here for a very long time. Very, very long time. Thank you, buddy. So that's always been the potential I think everyone could see in what we're making. It's been a lot of hard work, but thanks to the team and community, we are so glad to finally be able to make it a reality. All the way back, guys, in 2014, Sean Murray has stated that they had plans for a more traditional multiplayer with MMO qualities, something that they were excited about, but it was later down the road, long after release. And here we are. We're down the road. It's after release, and we're at the point where they actually made that dream of theirs a reality. So even though No Man's Sky was not released as a multiplayer game, as Sean Murray stated so many times over and over and over again, it's not that that was their end goal. That was just what their goal was for launch. And he stated that so many times. Excuse me. Something I've learned is that I much prefer making games to talking about them. I avoid it as much as I can now, but I had to do my first interview in a couple of years with Inside Xbox to talk a little bit about Next, which you can see here that it links the video on their site. This is an incredibly important update for us, but it's also just another step in a longer journey. And we'll continue to support No Man's Sky in this way for the foreseeable future. This will be our biggest update, and we're pumped to be able to bring it to Xbox players along on the journey with us now too. The Xbox One launch of No Man's Sky will include 4 major updates: Foundation, Pathfinder, Atlas Rises, and Next, along with dozens of smaller patches. 505 Games will distribute the physical Xbox One version, which I've already pre-ordered and which I do not have an Xbox. I just want it. Thank you so much, Sean. So that is the blog that they just released the other day. Lots of information in it, lots of things that you can pick through. Lots of things you can pick through from that. We're going to take callers here in just a second, but some of the big things is that I want to talk about is friends. Hold on, let me go to the beginning of it. You'll be able to explore the universe with a small group of friends, which we now know is 4 players. So you can create 4-player co-op groups. So the 4 players that were on the box art was there for a reason. 1, 2, 3, 4. Because the screenshot for Xbox version in the Xbox store for No Man's Sky literally shows 2 to 4 players. So 4-player group parties. I don't know why they downgraded from 16 to 4. I'm sure they had their reasons. And I wonder if that means, if that's just like a grouping. So I wonder if you could still run into 16 players, but you could only group up in a party of 4 to where there's like game mechanics to help you stay together. So I wonder if that means if a group of 4 people can warp into a star system and run into another group, another party of 4. Because he does say something about dogfighting and epic space battles together. So that's another thing I want to touch on here in a little bit. Friends or bump into random travelers. You can help friends to stay alive or prey on others to survive. You can build tiny shelters or complex colonies. Complex colonies that you build as a team and are shared for all players to fight as a pirate or a wingman in epic space battles with friends and enemies. So my thought pattern on fight and epic battles with friends. Now, a lot of people are stating, oh, this is only multiplayer. That's all that they did with this. It's only multiplayer. We don't know that. We don't know that just yet. So the multiplayer, where it talks about fight and epic battles with friends in space, is either talking about fighting each other, but that's not an epic battle, guys. That's not an epic battle. Me and you, just me and you, or 4 versus 4. That's not an epic battle. It's not. That's a cool battle, but that's not epic. What he's talking about here, I think, is I think that maybe there's more to this than just multiplayer. There's more drama out in space. There's bigger space battles. Space battles so big that you and your friends would have to team up with, or a separate game mode where there's epic space battles to get involved in. Purposely create a group of 4, pick space battles, and go. Maybe separate from just the persistent universe. Maybe it's a game mode. After all, adding multiplayer, they're going to have some game modes. It's going to come with things. It's not just going to be standing around and looking at the same rock. So epic space battles could be a hint to more content that they're not alluding to that's going to be new. And complex colonies it's really got me, because if you think about complex colonies is bigger than a base, right? Because we could build bases together. Complex colonies are going to be used by more than just one person. I wonder how big. I wonder if Hello Games has completely revamped the building mechanic in No Man's Sky to where it's lighter, to where there's not so much lag, to where we could build bigger, build more. So that's another possibility. That's also speculation. But complex colonies is definitely larger than a base. A lot of people are speculating cities. A city. Well, what's a city? You know what I mean? I mean, a complex colony across multiple planets could also determine, could be trying to implement, or talk about, these drugs. These drugs are making me say words I don't mean to say. Rooster, why did I say that? Complex colonies could actually be a big tool that we could use in our hubs now. So that is something else. I think that the things that Sean mentioned are just bullet points, and not even the full list of bullet points of what we can expect next. Now we're going to go ahead and take some callers, and we're going to talk about a few of these things. Bring on your own topic and what you would like to say, and let's just make a party out of this. We're going to go ahead and get Snow. Snow was one of the first people in here, so we're going to get Snow into the chat. See a couple other people in here. We got Ace 1055. We got Exploring Life, JC Rules, Semtex, Obsidian, and T Boyd. But Obsidian was one of the first. I know that for sure. The rest I'm just going to have to guess on. I think Exploring Life was the second one in. So we're going to go ahead and get Snow Obsidian into the chat here. Snow, how you doing, buddy? Snow. Mr. Snow. Geeky. What's up, buddy? Snow. Are you guys playing a trick on me? You guys trying to prank me?
Yo.
What's going on, bud? How you doing?
Oh, am I muted?
No, I can hear you now.
Can you hear me?
I can hear you now.
Oh boy.
Can you hear me? Can you hear me now?
Oh
boy.
What's going on? Hang on.
I can hear you, buddy. We can hear you. Snow, we can hear you, bud. Snow. Where are you, buddy? Can you hear me? Marco. Snow. Snow.
I'm saying stuff. Can you hear me?
I can hear you, bud. Grab my hand.
Hello?
Let's go. Snow. Don't head towards the light. Come on, buddy. Snow, come on, man. Where you at? All right, I'm going to go ahead and get Exploring Life in here, too. Let's see. Exploring Life. Where was he at? Boom. There he is. Exploring Life. How you doing, bud? Exploring Life.
1 second. If you can hear me.
Exploring Life. Can you hear me? Exploring
I
Life.
can only hear you on YouTube, not on Discord.
What about you, Exploring Life?
Hey, I can't hear you, Cobra. I can only hear you on YouTube.
Okay, what's going on? What's going on? We got ourselves a predicament here, huh? Let's see. What could be the problem? I don't know. Let's get somebody else in here and see if somebody else can hear me. Semtex. Let's see. Let's get Semtex. Semtex, can you hear me, bud?
I'm in the subcast. Cobra, if you can hear me, which I know you can on YouTube. Yeah, we can only hear you on YouTube.
In this craziness, this crazy mess, we got a donation from Michael. Love this thing, love the community, love Cobra TV.
What you say, we can only hear you 30 seconds after.
I'm not muted.
Hello?
You're in the subcast voice, but we can't hear you.
Hey, Semtex, can you hear me, bud? Please say yes. Please say yes. Semtex.
Oh, I can hear you now.
I can hear you now, I think. Hello?
Nah.
Cobra, speak again. Whatever you did,
Can you
Cobra,
guys
worked.
hear me now?
We
Yes.
can hear you now.
We can hear you, man.
Very awesome. Thank you so much for coming back. Yes.
Hooray.
All right. Thank you for coming back to
Right
this
then.
subject. All right. Everything's, I don't know what that was about. I don't know what it's about. What is going on, guys? You guys
Not
just
much.
you guys tricked me to get a bunch of people on it first. That's what you did. That's what you did. They're like, hey, let's troll. Let's go over. Let's get like all of us on at the same time. What's going on, guys?
Not much, man.
Oh,
I have
I know what
something.
happened. I know what happened.
Okay, so let's go run down the list of the people that we've got on the call. We got Exploring Life, we got Semtex, and we got Snow Obsidian. Exploring Life. How you doing, bud?
I'm good, man. Thanks for having me on. I'm glad
Yes, no
that
problem.
you are, kind of functional. I mean, I got my wisdom teeth out, and that was very painful. So I couldn't even imagine what impacted teeth is like.
Oh, it's horrible. The bone hurts.
Yeah.
Everything hurts. Oh man. And but I'm on drugs. So I'm really worried about what I may say on live. I don't know. I mean, I just said rooster earlier, so I don't know. I don't know. I'm
Yeah.
a little
But
weird.
I have
So I
something
feel really stupid
that
right
will
now.
get you really excited about.
What's
So have you seen that they have updated No Man's Sky on the Xbox store page? And there's a description. And in the description, it says, I'll just read you like a part of it. It says, in No Man's Sky, every star is
Okay, hold on.
the light
I'm
of
gonna
a...
stop you right there. Let me stop you
Okay.
right there. That's what upsets me the most about this whole situation. All right,
Uh-huh.
is that they're using the same selling text as they did with the PS4 to sell this game through 505, through Xbox, and it's all over the place. They're still using it, and those are the things that people throw in our faces that are lies. And that really upsets me that they're just copy and pasting that, unless those things are actually in the game now. But that text, that description is super old. It goes all the way back to 2014, all the way back.
That's why it gets me excited, because I was like, why else would they put it there unless if they are, possibly turning back orbits in the game, and other features? Because it's not just that. There was a thing from Sean Murray. Let's see if I can find it here. But he was saying that here I have it. He says, No Man's Sky on Xbox One is huge. It includes the initial ambitious release and all the 3 major updates, which changed so much. So I wonder, when he means it includes the initial ambitious release, if he's talking about the E3 build, with some of the features that Rayrod was talking about, that got, they had to take it out for some reason. But I think now that they could put it in, because obviously they had to change their engine to make multiplayer work seamlessly. Because to me, it sounds like if you can run into another player and attack you, there's no loading screen for multiplayer. Most multiplayer games, you have to go into a lobby in order for, to have it work. But they're trying to make it so there is no loading screen. So that makes me wonder,
Yeah. Yep.
I would imagine that's going to be similar like Ark, though, where you have a choice of when you go in initially, that you're going to have a choice whether or not you can choose to be in a PvP or a PvE environment. I don't think they'll ever force, because that's like almost half the community, probably, of people that don't want to be involved in a PvP sense. They want to have like a multiplayer experience, but they don't necessarily want that to be like a violent one. You know what I mean?
agree.
They want that to be a positive situation. Yeah.
The way I see it, I think normal mode is going to stay as normal mode has always been, with added features, you know, that Next is going to have. But as far as PvP goes, I really don't think that we're going to see that in normal mode. I don't think we're going to see it in survival or permadeath, because you know, we're talking about a lot of disastrous things that could happen to you. I think it would be cool, right? I think it, you know, I think if survival mode, if it would be cool if we could actually tick a box that says online, offline, or maybe PvP or PvE. You know, I would definitely click PvP, because I think the danger of running into another player. Oh, thank you so much, Hoppy2125, for being a subscriber. Hashtag Hoppy. What a Cobra, buddy. I think it would add to the danger and make the game more scarier for when you come across another starving survivor who needs that that juice to make their life support fill back up, and you've got some. I think it'd be so scary, right?
Well, and I know people are worried about, you know, the PvP thing, but I'm sure, like, you know, like, I thought, like, if someone tries to attack you, I was thinking, what would be a cool way, since they were talking about pirates and stuff? You know how you can already, like, find pirates in the game that have bounties over their head, like either like 300,000 units. You know, let's say someone goes and preys on people all the time. They might get a huge bounty on their head. And then so, you know, it might tell you that, oh, someone is in your solar system. They have a huge bounty on your head. Go kill them and you'll get tons of units. And they'll probably be faced with more sentinels chasing them each time they go into a new system.
I tell you this much. If they make it to where if someone's griefing another player, if you can put a bounty on that player, and then I can go to the space station and literally see a board of all the wanted people, wanted players, and I could go after those people that were mean to somebody else in the game and just grieve and grieve and grieve, I will make that my entire gameplay. I will become a bounty hunter and I will go after those people. Thank you so much, donation, Stuart Ellis. Thank you, buddy. Hashtag Stuart Ellis in the chat, guys. What a co-bro. But yes, that will be my entire gameplay at that point. I will be a bounty hunter. That'd be so
awesome,
amazing,
dude. I would watch that.
Like, oh man, oh yeah, yeah.
I'm so excited, dude. And the fact that we might be.
Sorry.
Yeah, go ahead.
I didn't mean to cut. No, please carry on.
Oh, okay. I was just saying, yeah, I'm so excited because, again, like, why do they keep on showing all these E3 images, old E3 stuff? They had, like, you know, a video from E3 or whatever on the stage at the Xbox One platform.
Yeah.
So just
that's a good point.
He keeps on going back. We want to release our initial ambitious release. So multiplayer was sort of part of it, but the features they're not telling us is because they want us to get so excited when they're like people, when they drop it, they're gonna be like, oh my god.
Oh yeah, I agree. And I'm glad you brought.
I feel so left out right now.
I'm sorry, buddy. I'll let you talk here in just a second. I'm sorry, Snow.
Sure. Yeah, I escaped from.
Go ahead. I'll say what I need to. I'll say what I'm going to say for last. Go ahead, buddy.
Okay, so I'm back, guys. Hey. Sorry about any confusion with YouTube and Discord. Apparently, Discord's having some issues because I can see me, Cobra, and some other inactive player. No one else.
Huh.
That's all I see.
That's strange.
Only way I can fix it is if I leave the subcast, exit of Discord entirely, and come back in. But I'm not going to do that right now because I can hear everyone. I just can't see everyone.
Well, it's good to have you here, Stone.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's definitely good to have you here. I did want to kind of touch on the whole E3 theme that is going on, and the video that's playing behind him with the logo that's in the center of it is kind of strange to me because, yes, that is 100% 100% the same E3 footage that we've seen. It's not a moving image. It's actually part of the game. You can see everything moving in it. At first, it was still. At the beginning of the interview, the grass wasn't moving. Everything was still. And then all of a sudden, it started they started moving almost halfway into the interview. Now, in the background, we see something that's warping in and out that I don't ever remember seeing back in the day. So that, to me, looks like it's brand new. Brand new. It doesn't look like a Sentinel. It looks like it moves different than a Sentinel. And even if people were to say it's a walker anyway, it's a Sentinel walker anyway, then what's new is the warping in effect. And definitely not a glitch. That's coded.
When I saw that, I know this is like really tinfoil, and sorry for doing it, and everyone's gonna like get stupid hype on it. But to me, it looks like almost like a character model. When I was like really getting really close, and I was like, "That's crazy! That looks like a little character dude, like taking a couple of steps forward after like teleporting in."
I see it too. And I hope that's not what we're really seeing, because if that's true, then we look like little bobblehead characters.
No, but in a way that could be super cool. That could be really cool.
Yeah.
It'd be a good way to explain, like, no one being able to see what people look like inside either. It keeps the mystery a bit.
Judging about the distance that it is away, and then judging the distance of the actual walker that we can actually make out to the right, they're both the same size.
Yeah.
Close.
Well, in the old video, the old E3 one, there are walkers in it, and there is a walker like right around the same position as it's showing on stage. But yeah, I don't think I remember the teleporting thing.
I don't either. And it's moving slightly different. It almost looks like it has arms swaying back and forth.
Yeah.
That's what I thought. Yeah, exactly that.
So does that mean they still have their old build? Like, wow.
I'm not sure what that is.
Have gotten more advanced.
Or why they would show E3 footage, the footage that people want. All right. Now, Hello Games, I know they're watching social media, and everybody always says, I want my E3 trailers. I want the E3 look. Why can't we get the E3 look? And then they show up talking about next with E3 footage in the back. What?
Yeah.
I mean, it's almost like, okay, if they don't have some ulterior motive, that's nothing but trolling. That's trolling.
Yeah.
But that's what we were talking about in the waiting room just before we came in as well, is that might be the very reason that they're not showing any new footage at all, is they just want it to be seen first on day one by everyone, and it be, like Sean said, a fulfillment of what they wanted to bring before. Because he said, I so wish we could have brought this before, and I know that's like we're all thinking he just means multiplayer, but what if he means everything?
Mark Johnson in the chat says, it's a walker, guys. Do even play the game? It's got a different animation than your typical walker, Mark. And also, if you look closely, there's also a warp-in animation that I don't recall ever seeing anywhere in the game, and I do play the game quite a bit. So there's two things, the animation and the warp-in effect, I have never seen. And if you have, Mark, I'm totally interested in seeing the footage. Totally interested. The E3 footage, it's got me confused. It's got me super
I know,
confused.
man. I know. I think that, they're obviously, they know 505 Games is like overwhelmingly so excited about this game, and they know what happened with the PlayStation, so they wouldn't like be like, okay, let's use all the old marketing stuff PlayStation used, even though it's not going to be in the game. Like, well, that doesn't make sense.
Yeah, I think the Waking Titan thing's going to lead to a new trailer.
I hope so. Spellcheck, thank you so much for the donation. You've already helped out so much, buddy. Thank you so much, dude. Hashtag Spellcheck in the chat. Imagine that conversation. Mercona Kukius, or whatever his name is. I'm going to get you in here, buddy. Imagine the conversation between them and Xbox, because they had to help Sean Murray set it up. They had to help him set it up and put it on the screen in the background. And somebody had to have said, is this next? I mean, are you showing next? What is this footage that we're putting up here on the screen for you? What are we putting? What are we marketing on our show? Is this it?
Yeah.
Is this what we're going to show our fans that you're going to produce? That conversation had to have taken place. Had to have.
Oh yeah.
So that makes me even more puzzled. More puzzled.
Yeah.
Marconicus,
Chronicus.
Marconicus was waiting, one of the first people waiting. So I'm going to go ahead and pull Marconicus into the chat. We're going to pull more people too, but we're going to rip him and slam him against the subcast wall right now. Marconicus. Marconicus.
Oh no, not again.
Uh-oh.
Coming to
Marconicus.
the
He's
light.
in with me, so I can see him.
Hello?
but There he is.
Marconicus, can you hear me?
Oh boy.
Oh, we got a
He's
donation
probably
from
in the
Help Your
YouTube.
Collections. This is a new No Man's Sky
Hello?
cover. Get hyped. It's all good. Marconicus.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, buddy. Can you hear us?
Yeah?
All right. Awesome. Very
Hooray!
awesome.
Yay,
dude.
no 3-second delay.
How you doing, bud?
I'm good.
Welcome to the show, man. Welcome to the show. Pleasure to have you on. What brings you on today? What would you like to talk about?
Colonies?
Me too. Me too. That's exactly what I want to talk about. So,
Oh,
build
yeah.
complex colonies across multiple worlds. What do you think that means?
Maybe build an empire?
You think building an empire? Like you think maybe it's a hub tool, like to make hubs even more cooler?
Maybe.
I see where we're going with this.
I always thought that they were going to give tools to the hubs when they did the new update, because that's one of the things that a lot of people love doing is building hubs, joining hubs, and contributing to those hubs. I really think that there's features that he didn't speak about, and this is speculation. I think there's extra multiplayer features that he has not elaborated on, and I think a lot of those features are going to involve trading. He already said building together and building. I don't think we should be saying the word cities, but complex colonies is a good way. What puzzles me though is only 4 players at a time. So we went from 16 to 4 players at a time, unless he's talking about just making a party of 4, that can stay together, travel together, no
Well,
matter what.
I have the Xbox screenshot from their from the store page, and it says the capabilities is online multiplayer 2 to 4 players. So normally when they do that, that normally means there's like a limit, when they have it, when they tell you
Does
how
that
many
actually
players.
state that on the site?
It does.
2 to 4.
On the Xbox
Ooh.
webpage.
Yeah, the Xbox store. Yeah, it says
Yeah,
2 to 4
on the
players.
store.
But I wonder if that's just being able to party together, to create a party, to travel together, to stay together no matter what. I wonder.
Right.
So if there's 4 people playing, that means, if that's true, that means we can't run into a new player, not one extra player when we're traveling.
That can't be right either, though, because when he said that, he said you could fly and dogfight and all of that with friends and against enemies. And the way he said it implied
Yeah.
against other human players.
Right. So I think this
Sorry
is.
to interrupt, guys.
Yeah.
Yes.
But I have to go.
No.
I mean, I'll still be in the subcast. It's just I got a few quick things I need to do.
Okay,
so I'll
buddy.
still be here. I won't be able to speak or hear.
All right, bud. We'll be waiting for you.
So, thanks.
Okay. So I think
Yes.
and this is speculation, but I really think the 4 players is just like a group of party thing that you could only group up 4 people together in a playing party at one time.
Yeah. No, I agree. I think that's what 2 to 4 players is probably referring to, is, you can either have a party of 2, or because you obviously can't have a party of 1,
Right.
But yeah, party to 2 to 4 players, and then each party could possibly fight another party that's on a different planet. So that means actual faction war. And I think wasn't he talking about we could claim our own regions of space? Was I hearing that right, or is that just me overhyping?
Say that again. The last part.
Was he talking about that we could claim regions of space, as like factions?
Oh, I didn't
kind
hear
of
that.
like
I didn't hear
like
that part.
Yeah.
that's what I heard. That's what I heard people talking about. So I don't know if that was just me overhyping, or if it was just like part of the thing, where you build colonies and then you claim certain parts of space. That would be
Yeah.
crazy.
I hope that's the case. We got a donation from Cooper. I put a GIF of the teleport in your poll of Discord. Uh-oh, we're losing a connectivity issue. I got to hook up that router. Also, I've been around a couple of years on a different account. Thank you so much, Cooper. Big old Cobra there. Hashtag Cooper in the chat, guys. And I hope you're right. I hope you're right.
Yeah.
And that's, that goes along with what I think there's a lot of multiplayer features he didn't elaborate on. But when he said build complex colonies across multiple worlds, that sounds to me like some kind of hub feature to where complex colonies in a single system that have something in common with each other.
Yeah.
This is the thing as well. This is coming from Sean. This is coming from like the Obi-Wan Kenobi of everything sci-fi space gaming of all time.